And a happy Wednesday, everyone. We made it to the middle of the week.
Middle of the week. We're here. We've arrived at the middle of the week. We are having fun.
So much fun. But we do also want to move our heads a little bit because behind us, and Nicole's going to talk. We have a first alert weather day. Not for today. Let me reinforce that. Not for today. This is for tomorrow. So first alert meteorologist Justin Bradford is actually standing about 5 feet away, and he will be coming on in just a few short moments here just to give you that update in your first alert forecast and into that first alert weather day tomorrow. But first, we're going to check in with Nicole Buckman from Studio 10 because there's some fun celebrations, I'll put it that way, happening today.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, it is going to be a fun show that we have for you. I mean, we always have a great show on Studio 10, but this time we have a nice theme. So I don't know about you. I would say at least I'm invited. For me personally, I'm invited to 5 weddings. I'm in 4 of them this summer. What about you? Are you?
Not in any this summer, but I have a lot of friends, a few actually, who just got engaged. So I know next summer I'm gonna have at least 2 weddings that I'll be in to prepare for.
So it is.
It's pricey.
Yeah, it's officially wedding season. So we are telling you about how to be the perfect guest. The perfect wedding guest. So you're taking a look at some of the unique gifts to give. We want to go beyond the registry. What about stepping up your slow dance? So Rochelle's going to show us how you step up that slow dance. So that way, we can get down at fun dances with those upbeat ones, but how do you slow dance? How do you feel comfortable coming up? Maybe, bringing up your date up to the dance floor or bringing up, one of the family members. But we'll tell you about how you can step it up to that. Also, when you go to like one of those fancy weddings and there's like 4 forks, a spoon, 3 different. Where do you
use the etiquette?
How do you use the etiquette? So we went to the English we went to the English Inn and they told us how to do that because the English Inn, oh my gosh, they host many weddings and they're the perfect venue for it too.
Fancy,
very fancy. So we're also going to Checks, which is a great place in Lansing to get your suits because the groomsmen or the guys, they also need to learn how to dress. Yeah. Especially if you're going to like a summer wedding. Yeah, exactly. But if you have questions about women's wear, we also have that too. Coco's is going to come in. I'm telling you, we're hitting every single thing you can think of how to be a good guest. It's all happening here, and it's going to be so much fun. I'm so looking forward to it. This is like my favorite part about being a part of the community, seeing everyone come together and helping us be a good guest. Yeah. So you'll definitely want to stay tuned for that. But yeah, in review, we're going over menswear, women's wear, wedding gifts that are going to be special. Yeah. I don't know about you, but there are some times like I remember growing up and I'm like, Mom, why do we have, that little glass bottle above our sink? And she's like, well, actually that's from your great Aunt Mary and she loved these and she gave that to us for wedding. And I'm like, so it's like, it's stuff like that it's like, we want to create those memories for these new couples that are getting married. It's not you're just getting a gift and now what do I do with this? I don't need it. But if it holds memory or it's practical where you can use it, that's awesome. It's a keepsake. So we'll show you where you can get some of those keepsakes. Then we'll go over the etiquette and then the how to have fun and step up your slow dance on the dance floor. So, but one of the big questions that we're asking today is give us your wedding advice. So all these couples that are getting married, let us know what advice you have for them and we'll share it on our show. Perfect. And here's where you can, let me move that. Here's where you can stay up to date with Studio 10 for all of that good stuff. It has their website, their Instagram, as well as their email. Just head over to those. You can also, if you want to watch back any of that wedding etiquette, how to slow dance, bust a move on the dance floor, anything like that, you can head on over to their YouTube page at WILX Studio 10. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and you will be good to go. But someone here who I know can give you a little bit of some of that wedding advice. And we also will be talking about our first alert weather day. Yes. First alert meteorologist Justin Bradford. Hello. Justin. Yes. You and your beautiful wife Alex. Tell me about some wedding advice you would give.
I would just say this is probably sort of cliche advice, but don't sweat the small stuff. Have a ton of fun and never go to bed during an argument. At least always try to get back to a good place. Even if you're not completely done, you have to discuss later if something's going on. just never end on that note. Always, kind of be able to set that aside. It'll make you happy. I probably don't need to give that advice to a lot of folks out there watching us. I have only been married coming up on 3 years at the very end of the month here, but we're very excited about that. And so should be a really fun show. We've got a lot going on, and I've got maybe a little special outfit I might change into for that show coming up on Studio 10. So hopefully you'll tune in for that at 3 o'clock.
We are looking forward to that.
Yes.
Something else we are looking forward to, we're showing you at the beginning of News 10 Plus behind us.
Yeah.
First alert weather day, Justin, not for today.
No, it's going to be for tomorrow, Thursday. And it's a small window, too, that we're looking at. But we did want to go ahead and let people know, make them aware, give them that first alert as we strive for here in our weather mission. That'll be for Thursday. And again, this is going to be a tight window to see a couple of stronger to maybe severe thunderstorms. The key ingredient that we're going to watch for here is going to be this cold front that sweeps through. We've got a little bit of moisture inflow taking place, and so it's going to be a bit more humid tomorrow, certainly to start the day. That's going to help act as kind of some fuel for any thunderstorms that might try to get going. And this is going to be kind of like it has been in a lot of the cases lately, mainly along and east of US 127. And so a lot of folks in western sections, it's not as much of a concern, but we did include everybody in this because that threat for damaging winds and large hail is there with storms tomorrow, maybe even an isolated tornado. And that's going to be in a Thursday afternoon where we deal with that slight risk. And we wanted to show folks that here. So this is kind of how the setup is taking place. That slight risk in yellow you can see extends down to the Ohio River Valley. I think that's going to be probably the most likely location for a lot of these storms is going to be in places like Indiana and Ohio. But we've still got that extending up here into Michigan as well. You can see that all of our core counties are in that slight risk, which is a 2 out of 5 for severe weather. Just far fringe areas on the western sections in the marginal risk, but I mean that even still is for isolated severe storms that could flare up. When you get a slight risk, you talk about the scattered probability of some strong to severe thunderstorms that are usually short duration and they're usually not very numerous. You start getting into that orange category of the enhanced, a 3 out of 5, that's where you're talking about more widespread activity of severe weather. So this does not mean that every storm tomorrow is severe, but it does mean that any that flare up have that potential. And so slight risk usually is a criteria that we use to indicate a first alert weather day. So anytime you see us in the yellow, or a lot of us in the yellow in particular in our outlook here, that's when you know that we're probably going to go with that first alert weather day.
Okay, I do have a quick thing, which is why I pulled us back out.
Yes.
If anyone has questions for Justin for this first alert weather day tomorrow, you can always live chat off of our live stream and live chat option. We can answer you live right here on this monitor or just verbally say it as is.
Yeah.
And with this, the slight risk tomorrow, what could that bring? Because we had a storm about a week or two ago that had down trees, down power lines. Do you expect anything like that?
Well, I think the biggest thing, like it usually is with severe weather in the summer around here, is going to be the strong winds. And those wind gusts, a lot of them usually end up being 35 to 40 miles per hour with some of these storms, but those isolated gusts that top 58 miles per hour, that's the criteria for severe. Those that come down and come through, those can really cause a lot of issues, blow down tree limbs, which can, of course, take down power lines. Now, with this threat, we're not expecting, again, like a widespread, everybody gets severe weather type thing where we see tons of power outages. But, of course, anywhere where you do have down tree branches, power lines snap, anytime that takes place, you can lead to those power outages. I do expect that, again, east in the state, we probably are going to see more of an issue with this, but we still want to give folks the first alert to that here. It is very possible that a few locations even stay dry tomorrow, so we want to get ahead of that now before anybody gets upset. If they see, oh, there's no storms going on, they're going to be pretty isolated when they flare up, and you'll be lucky if you don't get any storms because they are going to be some of the stronger ones when they flare up.
And with those strong winds, something else, one more thing I want to mention is this last storm we had. We had a few of our News 10 crew see a marathon canopy at the gas station, the thing, the overhead above you, you know, protecting you from the rain. Don't be under one of those during strong winds or storms because it's knocked over.
I think a good rule of thumb is if there's severe weather, you want to get indoors, not just underneath the structure, because you're still exposing yourself to the wind, lightning, anything like that. If you're outside, you want to get inside in a safe structure. Even if you have to get into a vehicle, getting that vehicle out and away from a structure which you could be under if it were to come down is a good idea, because you're safer out in the middle of really like a parking lot where there's nothing that could fall right on top of you. You're safer in a vehicle out there than you are actually underneath something that isn't as sturdy as you would like it to be.
Yeah, well, let's send it back outside, see what
Sure.
else is happening out there.
So here's what's going on with the rest of our forecast. So the satellite and radar shows just a couple of weak showers north and west. That's not really the system we're watching. It's actually the one further out in the plains that's going to bring us our next opportunity for those strong storms. And you can kind of see in its trajectory, it seems to be headed the northern edge, like kind of towards Chicago, but this is going to start to sort of take more of a direct westerly path as it moves our direction. And when that all comes together, that's going to be along that front. That'll bring us that opportunity for storms. So the hour by hour this evening, not really much going on. In fact, it's really quiet and pretty nice evening out there. So hopefully folks can take advantage of the beautiful weather and enjoy, because it is a good evening on this Wednesday. Into the overnight, I think we're still dry too. It's possible, as you see here Thursday morning, we might have a few early day rain showers coming ashore from out in Lake Michigan, but I think a lot of that is further north in the state. And so while it's possible for someone to get a shower somewhere, I think this is going to be our threat right here in the afternoon. You see this is about 3:30. You see a couple of those particularly stronger core storms there. A lot of these are going to be, again, along and east of US 127, as you see here. And this isn't, of course, exact and likely will change as we get the exact timing of the front moving through, but you can kind of see where there are some very intense pockets of rainfall. There will also be the potential for a hail core to develop in any of these storms, and if anything spins up and we get some rotation, you can't rule out an isolated tornado as well. And so that's what we'll all be watching very closely as we go throughout that. But then you see into the evening it quickly fades away, and I think really things are a lot quieter heading into Thursday night and Friday. I meant to pause it back there right at about 8, 9 o'clock tomorrow evening. I think by then the threat's long behind us. And so even before the sun goes down tomorrow, we'll be back to what should be a pretty nice evening. And so, for instance, if folks wanted to go to the Lansing Lugnuts game or anything like that tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, that's probably going to be okay to do, because by that point any of the showers and storms will have rumbled through the area, and at the very least they'll be well off into far eastern sections. The Lansing area by then, after dinner time tomorrow, likely going to be dry and safe to be out and about, and so should be a nice evening for that. We're just watching really that small window, and I think for most it's going to be between about 2 and 6 o'clock tomorrow, but that's something, again, we'll try to narrow down even more heading into this evening and tonight's newscast, and then also into tomorrow, of course. So we hope that you'll tune back in with us for updates on that. But the 10-day forecast, aside from that first alert weather day there for Thursday, does look pretty good, and we have a really nice weekend shaping up. Friday through Sunday, all really nice days. That small 20% chance of rain Sunday would likely be very end of the day, if anything, and it would be a very short-lived passing shower. We're going to see a lot of sun, really comfortable temperatures that are running near normal in the lower 80s, a few mid-80s by early next week. And then we turn the heat up a bit. By the end of this 10-day forecast, we're pushing 90 degrees on probably several days in a row towards the late stages of next week, which, of course, it'll be late July, so that's not unheard of. That's pretty normal around here to get some of those hot days, too. And so, but really the key to this forecast for the time being is going to be the storm threat tomorrow. Again, it's only probably a 3 to 4 hour window that we have to see these, but those storms that do come through could be intense at that time. And so that's what we're giving folks that first alert to. That's why we go ahead with the first alert weather day. And yeah, that's what we're discussing going forward. A great way for you to stay informed if you're not able to get with us either on air or on our website or anything along those lines would be to get on your handy dandy first alert weather app, and that's certainly a good thing to have right there. And you can see that we again have got those real-time video updates, all sorts of different forecast ways to kind of show you the breakdown of what's going on. So if you like watching the daily videos, we've got those. We update those frequently. If you like the hour-by-hour forecast, the current past radar, real-time traffic alerts, if you're planning on going somewhere, you can see where all of that is. Very user-friendly, follows your location. It's absolutely free, both on the App Store and Google Play. All you have to do is search WILX Weather in the search bar. Should be very easy to find. We're the only one with the News 10 logo who's got that app, and so it should be pretty easy for you to find that there if you haven't already. And of course, if you do have it, thank you for downloading that. We actually, I'll say last month, had a record viewership on our First Alert Weather app, and so we want to thank everybody for that. We try our best to put forth the best possible content for you and your family to help you plan your day. And so if you ever have any feedback, please let us know. We're continuously striving to make this the best weather app and best weather product, not only in mid-Michigan, but anywhere in the state of Michigan. And so we love to hear from you. If you ever have any comments, feedback, please let us know. Very happy to see where the First Alert Weather app has been going. But of course, we can always do better, and that's what we strive to do. So your help is getting us there, so we appreciate you very much.
And we appreciate you for putting all the work in.
Oh, sure.
Again, you can provide that feedback off of the live chat option, off of our live stream. So just head on over to Facebook, YouTube. You'll be able to find that link, and you can live chat, ask questions, provide feedback, whatever you'd like. Again, First Alert Weather app, you want to make sure you're downloading that to track the storms tomorrow, and also continuously check back into our newscast to see our meteorologists so they can provide you those real-time updates. And since the storms will be coming in during Studio 10 first at 4 time, that's a good time that you can tune in to both of us.
It is.
Keep out of the rain and tune in.
Yeah, we'll have lots of updates during the weather segments, and you'll also see a lot of other wonderful content that we throw together. Hopefully you'll join us for those programs today, tomorrow, and any day. Anytime you find yourself sitting at home, you want to tune in, we're right there.
We are. Well, we do want to show you more wonderful content because coming up on First at 4 today, we're bringing in GLAM, Greater Lansing Area Moms. So they are coming in. It's 2 moms in the East Lansing, Greater Lansing area, Justin. And when I was looking at their website, so many different resources. If you're looking, I know you're not a parent yet. I'm not a parent yet, but they have parenting on there. They have health and fitness. They have travel. They have different recipes. They highlight different moms and dads in the area. Super great resource if you're looking for anything. Are you ever looking for restaurants in the area?
Of course, always.
Well, there you go. Go to GLAM. They'll tell you all of the resources and cool places to check out. But yes, we are bringing them on today for Mid-Michigan Matters. So you can meet the 2 moms, Christine and Julie. They're wonderful. And we're going to hear more about the resources and much more coming up.
Very cool.
First at 4. The News 10 at 5. We have an update on the dog found shot in Jackson County. Very sad story. Aaron Bowling did help with this, and so we do have an update now on that dog that will come on at News 10 at 5. News 10 at 5:30, we check out an outdoor pop-up art shop featuring American Aboriginal art.
Oh, Aboriginal?
Aboriginal.
Yeah.
There we go. We said it. Okay.
Yeah.
Aboriginal.
Very nice.
There you go. That's News 10 at 5:30. What? No, you got it. Thanks, Crystal.
It's on there.
Crystal's tuning in. Then at News 10 at 6, Michigan State Police clock a driver going over 100 miles per hour in Eaton County. So we have how fast she was going and what police are saying about it. Well, I'm sure they were telling you to slow down out on the roads there.
Yeah.
Yeah, clocking in over 100. We will tell you how much. That is way too fast.
Don't need to be going that fast ever unless you're at a racetrack.
Yeah.
I mean, really. So.
And a trained driver.
Yeah.
Don't do
that. No doubt.
All right, well, we also want to share what's coming up during our 90 minutes of news today. We got a few reporters in the field, and we're going to send it out to them.
Thanks, Taylor. The Lansing Board of Water and Light is taking some steps toward bringing more clean and renewable energy to Lansing. They announced today a couple of upcoming projects, including solar panels and wind turbines. I'm Riley Connell. I'll tell you a little bit more about this project coming up soon on News 10 at 5. Deanna, tell us what you're working on.
Thanks, Riley. Governor Gretchen Whitmer signed into law this morning a measure that will allow Michigan colleges and universities to now sell alcohol at college games. I'm Deanna Giles, and I'll share what this means for fans coming up on News 10 at 5:30.
I'm Erin Bowling, and today I'm in Lansing at a film studio to talk about a film incentive bill that was recently introduced in Michigan's House. Now, Michigan used to have a bill kind of similar to this one that indirectly allowed this studio to film a music video for Miley Cyrus. I'm going to have what this new bill would do, what it's like for Michigan's film industry right now, and what it used to be like with the former incentives on News 10 at 6.
All right, thank you, Riley, Deanna, and Aaron, for sharing what you have coming up during our 90 minutes of news today. Again, a great day to get outside today.
It is. Enjoy it. Yeah.
But tomorrow, we'll bring that first alert weather day.
Yeah, and again, small window tomorrow, so the morning you're good, the evening you're good, but that little mid to late afternoon, mainly between 2 and 6. Watch for that. We'll have updates on that first alert weather forecast coming up in Studio 10, first at 4. That's me, and then Andy Provenzano during our 90 minutes of news. Hopefully you'll join us for those.
All right, have a great rest of your Wednesday, and we will see you later.
All right.